you take care of your new flute?
Most student flutes are silver plated. It's very important that you clean your flute every time you finish playing. If you get into the habit of it right from the start, it really doesn't take longer than about 2 minutes to do. The reason it's so important to clean your flute is that our sweat has acid in it. And if the acid stays on the flute, then it tends to eat through the silver. It doesn't affect the sound, but it just doesn't look nice if you've got bits of metal coming through the silver. So it's very important to make sure that you take all your fingerprints off the flute. When you blow into the flute, it creates a moisture inside the instrument. And if it's in the box, after you finish playing, you haven't cleaned the moisture out, if the box turns upside down, the moisture is going to land up on those pads. And the pad will swell, and when it dries, it will shrink. And if it's doing that too much, it's going to damage the pad, which is going to mean an expensive repair. So it's really quite simple. Your flute, when you buy your flute, it will come with a cleaning rod and a cleaning cloth for the inside and then one for the outside. So all you need to do is to make sure that the moisture is out of the inside of the flute, simple as that. And then you take your cloth that cleans the outside and make sure that all your fingerprints
Wonderful.
are clean.
How easy is that? Now, if your flute didn't come with a cleaning cloth or a cleaning rod,
Any music shop sells these, they sell them separately. You can just use a man's handkerchief for that, yes.
and how much would they cost approximately?
These are special cloths that we use for the outside. They have impregnated into the cloth silver. We advise that you don't use any kind of silver liquid to clean your flute, because when it dries to that white powder, if it gets into the mechanism, it just clamps up the keys. So we don't want to put anything, we don't grease the flute, we don't oil the flute.
No soap?
No soap. Really, it's just these two cloths.
And what about putting your flute in the bath? Would that be a no-no? Don't
Or
put
the
your
microwave. I've had people
the microwave, a hot flute.
to kill germs. Really, don't do it.
So if you did want to kill the germs, if you've got a really dirty flute, what would you say?
Well, really for the outside, just the cloth, for the inside, a handkerchief. If you are worried about germs on the head joint, you do get little swabs which have got alcohol in them, or you could just use alcohol and just clean.
What sort of alcohol would you recommend? Wine? Brandy?
We've got them in little, they come in sachets.
I think for children it's probably wise to buy the sachets.
We use them in the shop because we have people trying out our flutes all the time, and so we need to make sure that we don't spread germs. So.
Excellent. And I think that's an amazing thing to learn, because we do so much damage to instruments that end up costing us a lot more money to take care of later on, and our flutes don't sound so well, do they, when they're blocked up and clogged up and they don't work as easily